Welcome to Coffee with Jesus, where we pour a fresh cup of coffee, slow down, and lean in to hear the God who still speaks. Here, you're never alone at the table because his voice is the one that matters most. Recently, I had a dream I won't soon forget. It started with me standing in the middle of the house that somehow felt wrong. The air was thick, humid, and heavy, like it had been trapped inside this old wallpaper for decades. It smelled faintly of mildew and something else I couldn't quite name, like sadness and bad decisions had been living there too long. And then I saw them, cockroaches, not just one or two. An entire secret society of them skittering across the floors, disappearing into the shadows, popping out of the cracks like little horror movie extras. One tiny roach in particular caught my eye. He peeked out from a hairline crack in the wall, his little antenna twitching like he was sizing me up. I swear he gave me a look that said, "Oh good, you're here. We've been waiting." I wanted to scream or at least find a flamethrower. Instead, I froze, feeling like even the air wasn't safe to breathe. All I could think was, I have to get out of here. But then another, even more terrifying thought slid into my mind like a whisper. What if they come home with me? Because here's the thing about cockroaches. They don't just settle in quietly, they multiply. They sneak into the hidden places. And before you even realize it, you're not just dealing with one creepy crawler. You've got a whole full-blown infestation that's almost impossible to get rid of. When I awoke, that heavy, unsettled feeling stayed with me. I felt like God was trying to tell me something bigger than just, ew, cockroaches are gross. So I prayed about it. I sat with it, and slowly the meaning clicked. The dream wasn't about bugs. It was about overthinking, about fear, about the little creepy lies that try to scuttle into our hearts when we're standing on the edge of something new. It was a warning. Be careful what you let latch on to you in a season of transition, because some thoughts aren't harmless. Some doubts don't just sit quietly, they multiply. And if we're not careful, we end up dragging yesterday's contamination right into tomorrow's promises. Now, whenever I start to overthink, whenever those twitchy little fears poke their little antennas out, I picture them exactly what they are, cockroach thoughts. And I remind myself, nope, not coming home with me today. Not setting up camp in my clean new space. Because God is doing something new. He's clearing the clutter. He's making room for peace, for growth, for overflow. And there's no place in the next chapter for infestation. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." If you catch a glimpse of an old fear peeking through the cracks, don't panic. Don't invite it for coffee either. Just grab your spiritual can of Raid, the truth of God's word, and evict it. New season, new home, no cockroaches allowed. Thanks for hanging out with me today on Coffee with Jesus. Keep your mind and your heart free from those little infestations of fear. And remember, you're not alone. God's got the spiritual raid ready, and his promises are always bigger than any of our doubts that try to sneak in. Until next time, keep trusting and keep believing.